Well, good morning. I am going to admit I am taken aback a bit about what I've been seeing up in the sky. You know, it's really hard when you've been looking up in the sky your whole life and you see stars up in the sky, beautiful stars that shine so bright, and you twinkle, twinkle, little star. You do that little thing, a wish upon a star. You do that your whole life. As you're a child, you grow up and you look at the sky and you see all these stars up there. And then one day, you get this bright idea. You're going to go outside and you're going to zoom up on those stars or those planets. And then you see what you really don't want to see. Because I'm telling you right now, if you don't want to see or know what you already know, what you've been taught all your life, don't come to my page. Because it will have a tendency, if you really let it sink in, it's going to shatter your reality and how you view life and the sky up there. Unless you're going to think, oh, that's all fake and stuff. You go ahead and think it, but once you've looked at the sky all your life and you've saw these beautiful stars up there and the moon and the sun and the clouds and everything's all picture perfect, and then one day you go out there and you look and you start looking deeper and you start seeing things, it's not really too pleasant of an experience. I'm going to be honest with you because I am having a hard time with all of this sinking in, okay? What I thought to be a star my whole life, or like the planet Mars, now, that's not a star. And it's not the planet Mars. But yet we watched this on a live video and it took different shapes. It did, and it changes colors, and it's up there in the sky, and it's, oh my gosh, it's hard. It's getting to me. When I'm letting it sink in, I'm thinking, you know what, but I want my normal way of life, you know? And then stars don't move around in the sky up there and change colors. That's just not how stars are supposed to be, you know? They shouldn't be purple, and then blue, and then pink, and then like a green, like that, and then another like pinkish red. And just move around up there. That's not normal. It's not normal for a star. And you know, this is the star. It was a bright star I zoomed in last night on, and it moved all over. It just moves like that. That's not a star. Oh my goodness. So you know what? If you want to live your life and just want to see the sky as it is and the stars up there in the sky and the moon and the sun and the clouds, and you just want to live a normal life, don't come to my page and look at what I post, because you're either going to totally dismiss it or you're going to take a hard look at it and it's going to start sinking in, and then you're going to start viewing things differently. And it's going to get to you, because if you start to thinking, you're going to have to start thinking a little deeper and then rethinking everything that you know. Because nothing is as it seems. There could be some things as it seems, like the trees out there, they're there. They're not changing their shape. You know, these are, you know, grounded, rooted on this planet Earth. But up there in the sky, things aren't as they seem. They're not. And just be careful what you ask for. Be careful of what you go looking for, because if you are not prepared for what you are about to see, then do not go looking beyond what you see. It's not for the feeble-minded. And if you don't want your world turned upside down, don't go looking beyond what you see. That's a little bit of advice, you know, because it has a tendency to just turn your world upside down and turn how you view things totally around. That's if you believe that, hey, this is not what it appears. This is something totally different. It's something totally different than what I've been told all my life and in the textbooks. Okay, these things up in the sky, these stars, they don't look like actual twinkling stars that you see in the textbooks, and these planets don't look like the natural planets that we see in the textbook. They're different. Okay, and that's what we're looking at, and yeah. So I just wanted to share that with you. Yes, I'm having a tad bit of a time letting all this sink in because it's changing the way I view this world. Not the earth that we live in, but up there in that sky. It really is. And I see the comments there, and well, I'm not reading them right now. Okay, I'm not, but yeah. And see, there's been people who have took pictures of these stars, and they've got similar images from all around the world. And you know, even the ancients have wrote about, you know, the clouds in the sky. They're living the things up in the sky. They're living the sky beings and stuff. And there's life beyond the life that we have in this planet. And you know, there is truth to it. If you have the desire to look up there, if you take the time to look up there, but if you're not prepared to accept what you see, don't look up there in the sky. Don't look up in the sky, because you just may not like what you see, okay? So that's all I have to say. A part of me wishes I would not have looked up in that sky, you know, because I want a picture perfect world, but you know what? We don't live in a perfect world. And then there's a part of me that think, you know, I'm glad I did look up there. You know, it is a humbling experience. It is extremely, extremely humbling, because you come to the realization that you are not the only life that exists in this universe. Okay, there's intelligent life up there in the skies, and there's spirits. Okay, spirit orbs that are out there also. Spirits, I don't know what type of spirits they are, but they're out there. There's good spirits, there's good spirits. There's supernatural things that are occurring, and not everybody can see the supernatural, okay? Some can and some can't, but you know, there's a whole new world out there other than the world that we live in. That's what I want to say. And if you're not prepared to take in what you're seeing or accept what you're seeing, don't even go any further, okay? So I'm going to end this video, but it's going to take me a while to let this sink in, that these stars are not what I've been taught since I was a little bitty girl my whole life. They are not. Okay, so I'm just going to turn this back around, and everything is not as it seems, okay? It just isn't, and it's all right. It's all right, because, you know, I'd rather know than not know.